the bell is rung. I think you need a gong.
Well, I'm back to a handheld mic. That's how things work here. No, for temporary. But for those of you who do not know who this man is, who thinks that everyone knows him, I am Reverend, and I am so blessed to have your consciousness in this room. We are so blessed to have your consciousness. And this is the beautiful Reverend Rita, the co-spiritual director of CSL Kauai, and who has been celebrating a birthday all week. And the official date was yesterday, but every day is our birthday. Isn't that correct? So once again, welcome. And we like to start with our announcements so that we can get them going, and then we can just settle into this place of that we're building here that is just so sacred at all times. So once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And sorry, but before I do, there's Michael and Carrie, our musical artists. And he said I would appreciate it if you wouldn't, point out the article that was about them. So I told him no. So this article was about the two of them. And they have a really tall order because Carrie and Michael Fox are connecting humanity. So, and they do every week here with their music. So congratulations, you guys. And sorry, Michael, I had to do it. So on that note, here's someone else that's very fantastic and magnificent. And that is our wonderful Michelle LeMay to do our wonderful announcements. She's also a board member, and she is a prac student. So there you go.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, that was a little weak. Good morning, everyone. All right. I could hear you all talking earlier, so I knew you were here. There's a lot of energy going on. Well, I do have some things to share, as I always do, that are up and coming. But first, I do want to mention our bookstore. We have lots of books, but we also have the new Science of Mind magazines. These are, they have great articles. They also have daily readers, and this one is next month, so it's already here. And then we have a new book. You've been hearing Reverends Rita and Patrick mention a book called Zero Limits quite often with Ho'oponopono. And it's also part of what they're going to be doing for their workshop, all good things. But right now, there's only a couple of copies, and there's more on the way. It was just on back order because all of a sudden the word got out about them. So it's Zero Limits. That's in the bookstore. And who's helping bookstore today? Okay, Steph. Okay. I was like, where is Stephanie? Is she here? Oh. She's right there. Okay, so Stephanie's going to help with the bookstore, which we always appreciate. And then we have two things going on directly after service. The first is celebrating Rita's birthday with some cake. Yay! We're big on cake and snacks here, if you haven't noticed. And then after that, we're going to be having our membership meeting. So please stay and join us. This is to find out everything that happened in 2015 and then what's going to be happening in 2016. Also, that's going to include a little about for the Board of Trustees, because there's some voting for the Board of Trustees. So please stay and join us for our membership meeting. And then on Tuesdays, continuing is still the Getting to Know You, where the Reverends have some appointments available from 11 to 2 for you to get to know them and for them to get to know you. So the sign-up sheet is also in the bookshop for that. Wednesday, they still have their ongoing class called Beyond Limits, or How to Change Your Life, which is based on a book with the same name. And then this week is going to be the topic of self-esteem cycle and more about the ever-popular forgiveness. Sometimes a little bit resistance comes up around forgiveness, but that is probably the key to everything. And they're going to continue that topic this Wednesday, and that's from 6 to 8. And anybody can drop in for that, whether you've been coming to the other ones or not. Everybody is welcome. And then next Sunday after service is when we're going to have the Women's Consciousness Circle and the Men's Mindful Treehouse. So that'll be after service, and please bring snacks to share, because by that point we're all starting to get a little hungry and want to share some snacks. But that'll be directly after service, and that's every third Sunday. So that's going to be next Sunday that's going to be happening. And then the following Wednesday, the 23rd, Anna Myers, who's here today, if you don't mind raising your hand, she lives up in Princeville. And on Wednesday, the 23rd, from 3 to 4, she holds a spiritual living circle, which is where a gathering happens. Is it in your home still? Okay. So be in touch with Anna. And what you guys do is pick an article or a story out of the Science of Mind magazine, and then you just chat about it and discuss about it. And that's every month. Awesome. So if you have any questions or the last Wednesday of every month. Perfect. And if you want directions or to know any more about it, Anna is here and we'll be here after service to chat about it. And then we have 2 workshops that we're going to be chatting about. The first is, you heard a little bit about it last week if you were here. The Reverends Rita and Patrick are going to be doing the Open Heart Discovery. And again, it's all around forgiveness. And it is an interactive type of workshop. It's very powerful and definitely life-changing. They did it for when we had the Sacred Journey folks that were here on retreat. And it was very powerful. There was a lot of breakthroughs. There was a lot of heart opening. And it's definitely something that you'll want to attend. The sign-up sheets are also at the table. And that's an all-day from 9:30 to 12:30. Okay, so not all day. 9:30 to 12:30. And then on Saturday, March 26th, we will have Paul Sterling, who's going to be doing his workshop called Argue Less, Love More. And I'd like to welcome Paul and Natalie up. How about a round of applause to share for a moment what they're going to be doing for us.
She's hovering, so we got to be quick. There are basically 2 types of relationships. So you want to go through number 1 real quick?
The first paradigm is the Disney paradigm. It's the Cinderella we all grew up with. You find the person of your dreams and you live happily ever after, and you never have a problem again.
Yeah, and this... I noticed there's a lot of resonance with that one. The second one is relationships as a hero's journey, which is full of challenge and change. And there's 3 main problems, and I'm going to accelerate it because she's hovering and I can feel it. There's communication problems, and we're going to go through the 5 main communication problems. There's the 7 core needs, and then there's the last thing, which I brought up our toys, the 3 parts of the brain. And number 1 is the relating part. That's where we lead with love. The next is where we lead with logic. And the third one is where we lead with fear and loss. This is what will destroy your relationships. So come, it's the day before Easter. Discover more about your brain, communication, and how to have more intimacy as a hero's journey.
Awesome. Thank you. That was great. Aww. So join Paul and Natalie on Saturday the 26th from 2 to 5. Also sounds interactive. And if you look at the pricing too, even if you're not a couple but you have friends that want to come together, there is a bit of a discount for 2 people to sign up at the same time. So just letting you know about that, and that's also in the bookstore. Well, thank you so much for your kind attention and enjoy your service.
So basically what Michelle's letting you know is that we'll be having rooms added on to the center so that you can just live here. How about that? Yeah, I thought some of you liked that. So let us take this moment. Thank you, Michelle. It's always a mouthful, isn't it, to have to, so thank you. Thank you. So let's take a moment. I think more today, in this moment, we were lighting our peace candle, and I think we need it more now than I think I have ever experienced in my 35 years here on the planet. All right, just want to see if there was an immediate reaction or something, or if you were listening. But all kidding aside, this is a time, Rita and I were talking about this yesterday, this is definitely a time that we need to rise up beyond this limitation that's going on our planet right now. We need to come together. We need to focus upon peace. And peace begins where we are. Because if we're waiting for any candidate, or if we're waiting for anyone else to do it first, we are in a lot of trouble. So what I know now is that it does start with us, and it starts with love. So knowing that, the peace candle is lit. And as we go into our meditation, welcome. If there's seats by you, just put up your hands so people can, yeah, there you go. Ah, yes. So let's just take a moment to just get comfortable, however you see that. And let's just get comfortable in our seats, close our eyes if that feels good. And I brought a seed thought to take into your time, and this is your time. Sometimes you have to die a little inside in order to be reborn and rise again as a stronger and wiser version of you. Sometimes you have to die a little inside in order to be reborn and rise again as a stronger and wiser version of you. So take this time for yourself. Sometimes you have to die a little inside in order to be reborn and rise again as a stronger and wiser version of you. And what I know about this is in this moment, something wonderful is happening. As the beautiful music is playing, it's like a lullaby. It's like the angels have all come together for this one divine moment. There is a reminder of who and what each and every one of us is, and that is good. That is power, that is love. And this force of love that is with us always, in every moment, in every breath, is making itself known right here and right now today. And this is such good news, because this power can be used, and it is for good. I repeat, it is for good. There is nothing that can come in between this wonderful, wonderful thing called life and love and God. The nameless name that needs no name. The timeless. In the mind of God, there is no time, no space. And we're here today to celebrate the truth of our own individual being that is connected to everyone. We are not separate. I claim and declare right here that we have come together from wholeness, from faith, from love, from God. So let the celebration begin with such gratitude in my heart for each and every one of us. Gratitude in my heart for that wonderful little sage with that voice that is saying, I am here, I am here, I am here. So knowing that, we just let it be, as Sage says, and so it is. You can't plan that stuff, by the way, just so you know. Yeah. Well, welcome again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And as Reverend Rita gets herself all set up, thank you, Harry.
And aloha to everyone online. I know there's some people watching. We love
That's
you.
right.
Thank you for
Aloha.
watching today. And thank you all for being here in this room. As Reverend Patrick said before, we are grateful for your consciousness here. And this is the Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i, where we practice the science of mind and spirit. And we are not a special revelation. All we are is people who come together to remember who and what we are, which is that divine presence that's flowing through us at all times, flowing through all of creation, no matter what is happening. And that we get in touch with that divine presence, that divine infinite intelligence that we are, that love. And then we do our best to know that we can live from that place and go out and practice it. That's why it's called a science, because we practice it and prove it, because we put it out there, our thoughts and put them into our actions, our beliefs, and there we have our life. So we're always evolving, and we're always growing, and we're always learning in every single solitary moment. We've never reached the pinnacle, at least not yet. We are just moving and evolving. That's what we're doing in this science. So thank you for being here.
And before I even find out who's here for the first time, I just have to say happy birthday, and you look absolutely stunning today. Absolutely stunning.
I did take my shoes off, but I do have a matching pair of shoes. But
I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in being fortunate. I'm very fortunate to share this with you as well.
he believes in birthdays, and
I love
he's the one that
birthdays.
taught me how to celebrate my birthday.
I
So
did indeed.
yeah, it's an important
So
day.
who is here? Oh, you've had all week, but another day.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's here for the very first time? And I know who you are. So there's one. There's You don't have to raise it real high, but at least we know. There we go. And and over here too. Okay, so the good news is we're not going to have you do anything. That's nice, right? But we do know something about you that we're going to share with you. And everybody's looking at who brought them thinking, what did you tell them? But what I know is that we know something about you, and we're just going to go ahead and just stop the madness and just share it with you. Ready? You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
Wow. Did you know that? Yeah. Could you say it one more time? Because I saw a little doubt or something in there. Okay, ready? You are magnificent. And we know that about you only because we know it about ourselves. Just like peace begins here, so does magnificent. We cannot know it about you unless we know it about ourselves, so let's all say it together. I am magnificent. One more time, let it vibrate. I am magnificent. Now look to your left or to your right and just tell them they're magnificent and do a little, you are magnificent, you are magnificent. You are magnificent.
Oh, they're usually around somewhere. I see one way over there. Hey, wait. It got moved. Sorry, honey.
Thank you. All righty.
Sorry.
What? Oh. There should be one.
All right.
There's one right underneath Glenda. All righty.
All right. So let's do what I like to do, which is to turn around to the camera and say it to everybody online. It really makes them feel part of it.
Yes, because they are. Hello, Terry,
Hello,
Marilyn,
everybody.
Sherry, and Tom.
Oh,
You are magnificent. Yeah, it sounded. That kind of came off a little bit like we were in a bar, but besides that, okay. But anyway, that's Sunday morning here at CSL Kauai. All right, let's all stand and let's rise up. This month is themed Rise Up, so we're gonna rise up and join in Michael and Carrie.
We're going to invite
And
Luis up.
inviting Luis
Uh-oh,
to
Luis
play
is
the
up.
Luis,
drum.
everybody, on percussion. We got this, brother.
When I wake up, I look to the sun. A new thought is within me. In this world, I'm on my mission, where we're rising up to live our life with integrity. Yes, I am the love that comes from the sun. I am a rainbow rising on. Every single race out of space, shine on, shine on. I am the love that comes from the sun. I am a rainbow rising on. Everybody here, sing it loud and clear. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Yes, I am the love that comes from the sun. I am a rainbow rising on. Every single race out of space, shine on, shine on,
Shine on. And what I know is that we are definitely shining today. I can feel it, I can see it, I know it. So we are rising up from consciousness to a more expanded consciousness today. As I look out at each and every one of you, I know that something great is happening, and that is God in action, good in action. So what I know is that this service just unfolds easily, effortlessly, and it just rises up. And I am so grateful for Luis, who just came up here and is giving us some of this right here. And I just say yes to this time together, this celebration, as together we rise up, as we say. And so it is.
Yes, I am the love that comes from the sun. I am a rainbow rising on. Everybody here, sing it loud and clear. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. The love that comes from the sun. Yes, I am a rainbow rising on. Everybody here, sing it loud and clear. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up. Oh, you're on, Rita.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you. That was amazing.
He'll be back later, everybody.
Woo! I am so grateful for you two. for all of you. That's an amazing song. They just wrote that too, right? Didn't you write? Well, kind of. Okay. Well, it's always that creativity is always flowing from you. Okay, so our theme is the Phoenix Rising. So this time is set aside for different things. And last week we did what we're going to do today, which is called reading, affirmation, and treatment. And last week Michelle LeMay did it, and I am doing it today. So, and as our practitioner students, and Reverend Diane has done it, and as our practitioner students start to rise up, they will be taking this spot too. So I picked a reading from F. Scott Fitzgerald that was on the Facebook that I really thought was appropriate for what we're focusing on today. And he says, for what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be whoever you want to be. There is no limit. Start wherever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best of it or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before, and I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. That was my favorite part of the quote. So I picked an affirmation, and it's this: I am free, and my life is filled with unlimited new choices in every moment. So you can say it with me. I am free, and my life is filled with unlimited new choices in every moment. Let's do it again. I am free, and my life is filled with unlimited new choices in every moment. New choices in every moment. So take a deep breath and just settle into that idea of newness in every moment, new choices, rising up into a new choice, a new way of looking at things, because our minds are forever new. We just have to live from that place, and I know that we do. I know that there's only one presence, one power, one energy, one source, and it is forever new. It's ever creating from itself, ever creating, taking form, and leaving the form it takes and creating new at every moment. And that is what we get to do. The power of our minds, the power of our beliefs, and I know that, and I'm grateful to know that. And I'm grateful to know that every single solitary person in this room is a manifestation of that power, of that energy, of that source, and has the same choice that I do to rise up and make a new choice in every moment and to live from that new place. And I know as we each get in touch with that and do that, that our lives start anew in every single solitary moment. We can leave the past behind and live now. Live now in the joy of this moment, knowing that we are ever creating a new life, a new life, a new life. That's what we do. A new life in every single solitary moment. Knowing this as the truth and being grateful for it showing up in everyone's life now, in every part of their life. I know and I claim it shows up in the areas of our finances and our creativity and our relationships and our health. Ever new, those bodies ever generating, regenerating themselves. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the manifestation of my word right here and right now in this moment, knowing that it is done as I release this word, as I release it to the ever, ever, ever law that continues to say yes to me. Yes, yes. As we say together, and so it is. Thank you. So, I would like to, in the spirit of Ever New, to invite up the Ever New Carrie and Michael as they share their amazing energy with us.
Well, thank you, everybody. All right. So it's been really fun the past few weeks. Sharing music that just seems to be prevalent during the week. We always like to share a song that's relating to what is happening. And so when we were deciding on a special song today, it's exciting because tomorrow we're actually going into a recording studio tomorrow to start the beginning of just a few songs, a few tracks that we've been wanting to record, and we thought we'd start with piano. So I was really inspired to share just a piano composition that
I wrote a few months ago, inspired by the wonderful Michael Fox over here. So please enjoy. So here we go.
Guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination, which scatters the moonbeams across the waves. It also holds the forces of nature in its grasp. The only life we can have is the life that's spirit within us. We can need but permit its radiance to flow through our thought, through our self-expression. We are surrounded by a dynamic force, a great surge of living power. We are immersed in and saturated with the vital essence of life. Ernest Holmes.
Thank you, thank you. Wow. Forever new. Yeah. It's interesting. I was sitting there and just kind of going to the meditation, and it's funny. Everyone has probably had a different story to tell with that music, right? I mean, when there's no words to lead us, except for that wonderful Ernest Holmes quote, thank you very much, we are left with our own imagination, are we not? And that's what I was experiencing as I was sitting there. What story was it telling? And today we're talking about the Phoenix Rising, one of my favorite. Is everyone familiar with the Phoenix? Yes, to some degree? Yeah, I've always been fascinated by it because I love the idea that you can just let it all go. Sometimes that's scary to throw yourselves in the flames. And it's myth, it's a myth, but that whole idea of just letting it all go and being consumed by the fire of something new, Not just putting a little toe in the fire, but just allowing yourself to be consumed. And that all tells a different story as well for each and every one of us. I found this interesting, about the Phoenix Rising. And I don't really usually want to tell the whole stories of it, but this is interesting enough. And then I'll get back to me. Ascend from the ashes of an old way of being and manifest a fresh life path. But even apart from a religious or spiritual context, the Phoenix Rising legend reminds us that we have the innate power to renew our lives whenever we make the commitment to do so. When in doubt, we recall the Phoenician people who lived the legend in such grace. The fabled legacy of the Phoenicians is a gift available to all who choose to embrace a new dawn and let go of past hardships, in releasing what has come before and allowing new opportunities and challenges to bring a greater strength, peace, and gratitude. We pay tribute to the wisdom of the ancient culture, a universal wisdom that lies within us all. Yeah? Yeah. This past stuff is just getting out of hand. I'm just here to tell you. I believe that this whole idea of the Phoenix Rising is about taking a risk. I just got a picture today, which was very cute, from someone on Facebook, that, how they have those memories for anybody that's on Facebook. It's like, 3 years ago today, boom, this happened. And there was a picture of me with a fake lei around my neck. And I was leaving to come to Kauai by myself, the Phoenix Rising, throwing myself in the fire of Kauai. And I was scared. I told Rita this morning, she's going to talk a little bit about it in her talk. I looked back at that picture and I thought, I wish I had enjoyed it a little more, the party. Have you ever been there? So busy with what's happening over there that you forget to honor that everyone was honoring, and I was saying goodbye to a life that I will never ever live again, and saying hello to a world in Kauai. Risk, one of my Phoenix Rising. The other Phoenix Rising I had is when I went back to school to finish my degree at 50. I know I said I was 35, but you guys will have to get over with the fact that I'm 50. So I went back at 50, and that was like the Phoenix Rising for me, because once again, I was scared. I was going back, and the young whippersnappers were all in the thing, and they're going, wow, look at the old dude in our class, man. It's like, wow. And so what I did was I let myself be consumed. And then I realized that I was here to help them. That was after I was scared and intimidated by them. And I thought, guess what I know? I'm 50. And you're not. So I've been to a few rodeos. So I embraced it. I allowed myself to be consumed, and everything was done on the computer, and I was like, just ask Rita, many of meltdowns. I don't think I've ever treated that much in my entire life. It was like every moment, treat for me, treat for me. So it's taken that risk to allow yourself to be consumed in something new. I wrote a little blog last night that I wasn't angry, but I wasn't kidding. That kind of feeling. You're not angry, but you're just in a place that you're like, really? And I think that we are spending a lot of time, and as ministers we don't talk politics, by the way, but we just skirt around it. So basically what I'm learning is that we're pulling up an awful lot from the ashes of the past and not really focusing on anything that is happening currently. And I became very distraught. And I became hurt for the consciousness of our planet. Not because anybody's doing anything wrong, but we're pulling up stuff. And I said to myself, I am so glad that I am not running for office. Because so that every bit of dirty laundry can be pulled out of my past. Every decision that I have ever made can be pulled out of my past to be used against me. There's an old saying, those who have not sinned, made a mistake, throw the first stone, man. Throw it. I am very dedicated to the truth. And I said, guess what I'm doing? About a year and a half ago, I became the Goodwill ambassador. Do you guys remember? I said, I'm only going to see the good. For all of you that remember that, I'm reclaiming my title because this is not a time for me. I got caught up in some reactions that are not necessary. I see only good, no matter what's happening. And I just had to look at my life, and I thought to myself, judge not, man, lest ye be judged. I am done. I am complete. I am not pointing my finger at anything anymore. As far as politics goes, I embrace the person that I am for. But I'm not interested in tearing anybody else down in order to have it. I'm done. And that crosses over the political. That goes into our daily lives. How many times are we pushing, or not we, I'll say I'm looking at stuff and judging things as though I've got this better plan and that you're wrong and I'm right. It is time to allow myself to just be immersed in this fire, the fire of something new. We are divided. And a house divided against itself, as Rita said last week, cannot stand. So what I know for me, that is the power of me, is that I see the good in everything. And I'll even tell you a little shower story. I know a little more information you probably than you wanted to have. But I kind of pulled my back yesterday when I was looking through some music, because I did something silly. I don't call it stupid anymore because that's degrading to myself. I did something silly. I reached way over and picked up a box that was very heavy, and then I heard that lovely little noise. Oh. And I went, I might be in trouble. So guess what I did first? I remember, if you remember the toe story, I was able to do that like that. So I said, well, here's another one. If I can fix that toe, how about the back? So all of a sudden I went, no, I didn't replace it. So all of a sudden, the first thing that came to my mind was this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And I sat in my office. Nobody was here. And I just sat there. And I, like the phoenix rising, allowed myself to just go into the flames of that message. And then I wanted to get back up in the message. No. We have some more healing to do. I'm sorry. And what I was sorry about was that I would hurt myself accidentally, or doesn't matter. I love myself enough to really sit with myself and say no. So what's the lesson in that for me is that, and then today I woke up in a little stiff, and I said to Rita, yeah, but I felt really good. And then I got in the shower, and I had just written this thing about good, see the good, right? In everything. Well, I'm going to let you know that soap would not stay on the side of the thing. That thing was flipping. And no, I know a little more than you're probably interested in knowing. But it kept falling, and I said to myself, and what I wanted to say was, ouch, and I went, oh, an opportunity to stretch. Hold on. It became more of a dance. Yes. Now the visuals I've left you with, you'll have to live with for the rest of your life, by the way. Yeah, you're welcome. But that was my first opportunity to grasp the good. And the soap. Yeah, there's one in every group. So my message today is very, very simple before I turn it over to Reverend Rita. I'm learning a lot. And I just love the fact that I get to keep letting myself consume myself in this fire of the new. I never want to be predictable. And I'm going to start loving even on a deeper level. I am not going to hurt my brothers and sisters anymore by feeding the thoughts of poison. It's that saying, right? Anger is drinking poison, thinking someone else is going to die. I will not allow that toxicity into my life any longer. And I think I'm doing a really good job, by the way, when you're doing it, because I'm just helping everybody by telling everybody how awful they are. I'm really helping to educate you. That's a lie. So, where do we go from here? We go from love. We go from love. Allow yourself to be consumed in that fire, that wonderful fire of truth and love that supports us all. Are you in? That's great. And guess what? And as I said many times, even if you're not, that's okay. Because I am. And I'll do it anyway. So I have regained and taken back my title of Ambassador of Good. I will see the good in every single thing that appears in my life. And when I don't, I will remind myself again and again and again and again. Namaste. There we go. You want this one or you want your own? Reverend Rita.
Okay. So, my message today is about, I got up this morning and started thinking about, when I read that quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and then another one by Queen Elizabeth, it was about hindsight, and how we have 20/20 hindsight vision, and how destructive it can be to ourselves, because we get trapped in our past. And I mean, I've done it myself a million times, but then I also have this other part of myself that is so resilient. Like, I remember my drama teacher telling me every time I get turned down for a role, I was able to just rise up out of the ashes and go for my next part. And then I memorize all the lines, and I'd memorize all the songs. I'd go in and I wouldn't get it again, and I'd rise up again, and then until I got it. So, but if I kept looking back at everything I did wrong at that audition, or everything I didn't think I was as an actor at that time, then I would never been able to just go forward and be excited about the new moment and what I could do in this new part, in this new place. So I think that it goes along with what Patrick said, that we need to let go of the past once and for all. What I found about myself when I went to New Mexico to visit my family, that I took this leap to come to Kauai and be in Kauai and feel good about that. But I still had left one foot back there, feeling bad about a decision I'd made that was my decision to come here and makes it a little more difficult for me to see everybody, and makes it a little more difficult for me to be there as the grandmother everyone thinks I should be. But I am an amazing grandmother, because I know, and my 17-year-old grandchild has told me what an amazing example I am to her. So I know that what we do in our life, if we can just step into it, really fully step into it. And when I was in New Mexico, I took that final leap from saying, I'm not going to feel guilty about this anymore. If I'm going to feel that guilty about it, I might as well go back there, right? I don't know how many else people share this with me in their life, but you go to make a decision about something, you make the decision, and then you just living in this past thing that you shouldn't have done that. The other thing is, you don't know. Like, you look back on your life and you go, oh, if I had made that choice then, maybe this would have happened. But like I wrote in my blog today, you don't know. You don't know if that choice would have been anything. The only choice that's important is the choice that we make right here and right now. Because this thing called spirit, this thing that we are, and I've been really getting that lately, that feeling that there's no separation between matter and spirit. We're actually spirit. That's what we are. And this thing that we are is forever, ever changing. Our cells are forever changing. We're not stuck with the cells we had yesterday. We're not stuck with the cells we had 2 seconds ago. We're constantly regenerating ourselves. But the thing that gets us stagnant is that we keep looking back. Remember that story from the Bible? The pillar of salt. Who was her name? I don't know. She was leaving Sodom and Gomorrah or something, and she turned around and looked back, and then she turned to a pillar of salt. Well, it makes sense, in a metaphorical sense, because she looked back at the past and she couldn't move forward, and she turned. I don't know what the salt has to do with it, but yeah. So every time we look back with remorse, or every time we look back thinking something could have been different, or we could have done it differently, we're freezing ourselves in the present and not able to go forward. And that's not what this teaching is about. This teaching is about moving forward. We are forward thinkers. And it doesn't mean that if there's something in the past we need to make amends about, we make the amends. We do what we need to do as far as that's concerned, but we don't beat ourselves up continually over whatever it was, because in reality, it was probably the most perfect choice in the whole world. It was probably the most perfect choice in the moment, because you don't have a clue. We don't have a clue at where our influence goes out into the world and what our choices make on other people. So I have this thing, it's always, my life is always unfolding perfectly. My life is always unfolding perfectly, no matter what's happening. So even that thing that happened in the past, my life was unfolding perfectly in that moment. Because we're evolving in every single moment. The choices we made back then, we probably wouldn't make right now. Or if we did, the same thing, we get caught in like that cause and effect thing, because we're living through the past, so we're constantly like reliving it, because we're constantly living from that place. But this spirit that we are is ever, ever new. It doesn't know the past. It doesn't know any mistakes. We're the ones that do it to ourselves. And I know we can stop doing it right here and right now if we are. And if we're not, we can just even get more and more a better example of it, so that everybody sees it in us, and then they feel enlightened by it. So we're good. That's what we say, we're magnificent. We've just forgotten. We are amazing spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe, as we say, governed by our use of the law of cause and effect. Well, we get to use it, because we get to choose in every single solitary moment. And don't you ever forget it. We're always at choice, even when we think we're not at choice. So if I had a message for today, it would be, get rid of that 2020 hindsight. Get a 2020 present sight, looking at what's right in front of you, and casting love on it from yourself, and living from that place, and letting go of all the things that you thought you did wrong, or any of that, and just stay right here and right now, and just know that you're an evolving, perfect spiritual being that's just creating your life forever new in every single solitary moment, that nothing can hold us back. We are unlimited spirit. Yes, we are a sage. We are unlimited spirit. Tell them. We are unlimited spirit right here and right now. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't be. It doesn't matter how old we are. Like Fitzgerald said, it doesn't matter. We can start right now, right here and right now. Are you with me? Yes. Good. I'm here. All right. So let's get here. Let's take our foot out of here and come here and be here and just bless ourselves and bless all those around us by our presence. Namaste.
Yes, namaste. Oh.
Yes.
So shall we have a little gratitude, a little thanksgiving, a little giving, a little receiving? That's what it's all about. So this is our time of affirmative giving. And would you like to do the...
Yes. It's in your program. Divine love
Wow, that was a good
consecrates
sound.
my gift. It goes
Let's
forth
go
to heal, prosper, and bless.
bless.
It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing that it returns to me abundantly. Aloha. And thank you to everyone online who just helps us be
Yes.
here every week. Thank you. And here we go with our song.
I see you, you see me. Now is the time to set our hearts free. We come to shine, shine, shine. We've come to shine, shine, shine. And live in gratitude. I gotta breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. Breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. I give thanks for life, for the air that I breathe, to live abundantly. Breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. Breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. I give thanks for life, for the air that I breathe, to live abundantly. Breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. Breathe in this moment, breathe in this life. I give thanks for life, the air that I breathe, to live abundantly.
All right, so what I know right here and right now is this beautiful basket goes around, and it's the consciousness is in this room, is right here and right now, and such a place of gratitude. I am in gratitude for the love in this room, for the consciousness, for the Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, and all the good that it does in the world, for my very life and breath. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm grateful for each person in their lives and how they bless this planet, because I know that we all do in our individual way. I'm grateful for that. I'm just in total, complete gratitude today. So I just bless this. I know it goes forth to heal and prosper and bless, and so do each one of us as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I keep thinking there's something I want to say, and I can't remember, and every time I go to think about what it is, I can't remember. No, I do want to make an announcement, because we've claimed that this year's going to be fun. I have, for my birthday. I called it Frivolous Unlimited Nonsense, FUN. Because I take things a lot. I mean, like, even Thomas said it to me. He said, don't be so serious. All right. So anyway, Patrick and I have decided to put together, we did a cabaret in New York, Los Angeles for many years. It's called Love Notes. And we're putting it back together this year, and we're going to do it as a fundraiser for our
third
center.
birthday.
For our third birthday in July. And Michael and Carrie have agreed to help us with it, and we are just knowing that we're going to have a lot of fun.
We're going to turn this place into a cabaret for 2 nights.
For 2 nights with
7th and 8th, and it's
poo-poos
our
and drinks.
yearly
and
fundraiser.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
So that's what we're
and
doing this
that's
year.
why I was taking the music out of the box, and I'm going to say
That's right.
he doesn't need to create challenges for himself
And then
anymore.
on the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th is our celebration for our 3rd year of
July.
July.
So anyway, just know that's coming, July 7th and 8th. Yay.
There you go. So thank you. Let's start at the door. We have Katie. We have a whole bunch of people now just greeting, and it's just so wonderful. Today we had our first time greeter, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
There we go, Harry. And we had Malia, and then we had Katie overseeing it all, right? So then we have Michelle, who did the announcements beautifully today, as always. And then Roseanne, who's busy over there. She does a program. She does a whole bunch of things. She's on the board. There she is. Thank you so much. And then we have our beautiful flowers today. We had 2 arrive, by the way, and they look like they were cousins, actually. We have Jai back there, beautiful flowers, right?
And Reverend Diane and Sue. Yeah.
So there we go. And there's a sign up for that over there for those of you. It's really great. You just go out there, you clip, and you do. I mean, if it's so great, why am I not doing it? Is probably what you're saying. But I'm just thinking it's so great that we have all this stuff.
Where's
out there.
Loya?
Beautiful.
Loya did it so. Loya did it for like 2 years all by herself.
2.5 years. Yes.
So we really appreciate
So we
people
appreciate
stepping up.
other people stepping up now.
Thank
and
you.
just bring it. So thank you, Loya.
And thank you, Jai, and thank you.
And then we have our
Reverend
bookstore
Diane.
ran by the beautiful Stephanie over there, and we do have 2 books left of the one. Okay, wow.
Well, there's more coming.
There's more
in. They
coming.
were back ordered.
And then we have our wonderful Rob back there as the DJ. It's just like the Ellen DeGeneres show. There we go. And then we have, and we also have our wonderful Ron, who is now learning, right? Where's Ron?
Where is Ron? He's cutting cake, probably.
And who's cutting cake over there. And let me see, Michael and Carrie, as always, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your new
And
composition with us.
speaking of another one, Luis is coming up for the closing
Luis.
song. Thank you.
And one word about the annual meeting. So when we finish here, we're going to have like cake, right? So we're going to have a little table here because in order to have this annual membership meeting, we have to sign in because it has to be put in the members. In the minutes, who attended to it.
Right.
All right. So Reverend Diane and Rob are going to be at that table checking. So don't just come in and
Sit down.
Go and check in.
Make sure you sign
all
in,
right.
yeah.
So just make sure you sign in if you're staying, and we hope you will stay.
Good.
All right,
Anybody
after the
else's cake? And maybe we should do
Happy birthday for
Ready?
Rita. 1, 2. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rita.
Happy birthday to you. Yay, Rita.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And if
Rita.
you want to know how old I am, you have to ask, and I will tell
You
you.
just don't age. She doesn't age.
Well, I'm 35, so that means that she's
34.
I'm
But
married
anyway,
a younger man.
I just wanted to say that. Oh, there he is right here. Finally, we have our Kiale. Come on up here, brother
Kiale's
man.
back. Woo, woo.
Wow, what is this? It's a Chinese dragon.
What?
Loving and friendship.
Celebrates peace. We all remember our Kelly. Look how grown up he's getting. Well, look at you. You're almost as tall as me, man.
Where's Janice?
And Janice,
Thank
thank you so
Janice,
much.
for taking care of him.
She's probably
Yeah.
in there.
I didn't do it all by myself. He helped me a lot.
Oh, there you go.
Good for
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Kaua'i.
Oh, that's
Yay.
beautiful. All righty.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Let's have our closing song.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. You guys want to stand up if you
Everyone
feel
let's
it?
stand up and move the body.
Here we go.
Reaching out my hand with an open heart. I let my past go past and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go the thoughts that do not make me strong. And I believe this way will be this way for everyone. So I just let go of what I don't know. And I know I'll only do this by living in the moment.
I like that clap.
Living our life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. We're living in the moment, living our life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. We're living in the moment.
We are living in the moment, right here and right now, this moment, only this moment, this ever-present moment, the only moment of creation, the moment of unlimited potential, right here and right now. I know that that spirit, that life, that ever-new spirit is present right where we are, and we take that now, and And we use it, we live that highest part of ourselves as we take ourselves out into the world and live our lives from that highest place, that beautiful place of love, and cast our glow, our light all around us and onto others. I know that's the truth of who we are, and we are blessed. And I give great gratitude for this moment, for every moment, by moment, by moment, knowing it is good, as we say together, and so it is.
Here we go.
We're living in the moment. We're living our life. Easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. We're living in the moment. We're living our life. Easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. We're living in the moment.